Hi folks, this is Aquifel again with New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of the Super Juniors, day 9 and 10. Yeah, we're really close to the finish, and you really cannot tell at least after day 9 and 10 who is really gonna make it to the finals, because it's really close, and yeah, everything can happen in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Day 9, Block A, starts with Bushi versus David Finlay, and this match, Bushi attacks Finlay in the crowd, and throughout the whole match he's really enormously heelish compared to how unfair he was in the other bouts of the tournament. He chokes David Finlay half of the time. Of course, Finlay strikes back. He doesn't like to be choked, and in the end, still he loses. The match itself was okay, pretty standard stuff from both. Nothing to get really excited about. The next match was better. That was Matt Sydal versus Rocky Romero, and these two, they know each other from tag team action all around the globe. Not only New Japan, but Ring of Honor or Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. They've seen a lot of each other in the past, and in New Japan too, so obviously they know each other pretty well. And you really see it, because the whole flow of the match is very, very well paced and very cool action, and a lot of counters, and in the end, of course, it's mostly their standard repertoire from both men, but you gotta say, the standard stuff Rocky Romero and Matt Sydal do is better, or is still good. It's better than some people when they try to do more than just the standard stuff. Cool match in my opinion. I really liked it. Matt Sydal, by the way, won. And third match, another great match, another pretty cool match, Kushida versus Gedo, and it has a nice heel-face dynamic, better played than many other matches we had in this tournament thus far. And Kushida, of course, he is the MVP of the division. I mention it quite often because he is. I really love to see him. A year back, I was Kushida. Now it's great guy, and we have lots of nicely done counters and a very, very entertaining match that with a lot of near falls, and at times it really looks like Gedo could beat Kushida, and that kind of suspense. You really have to build that with Kushida on the one hand, who desperately needs some wins in this tournament in order to not to look like a champion who doesn't really deserve to be one, and against Gedo, who obviously needs one win so he doesn't look like a complete jackass, but with age 47, you don't really need to win a lot here. Especially if you're a legend, but not a legend as Jushin Thunder Liger. So, anyway, as I said, Kushida won. Cool match, really liked it. Same goes for Ryosuke Taguchi versus Kyle O'Reilly. I've often said that Taguchi is, with his hip attacks, at times he's pretty butt heavy in his offense. This time not so much, and of course I sometimes fail to mention I'm not a big fan of his style, but still he obviously knows what to do in the ring, because he can have very good matches, such as this one. It's the build in the match is pretty well done, and it's again you have a lot of near falls or stuff like that, and Taguchi really is the smart one here, because he attacks Kyle O'Reilly's legs, and if you take the leg base, the fester Stand, yeah. The footing away from a striker. You obviously take a lot away from him. So Taguchi and Kyle O'Reilly, pretty cool match. And in the end, Taguchi wins via submission, which makes sense because he attacks the leg, and if Kyle O'Reilly's legs take too much damage and he's in a submission hold, obviously he has to submit. That's some stuff others often forget. If I work over the head, for example, or the arm, I shouldn't expect a sharpshooter to maybe finish the job, because it's not like I've worked on the legs, or the back. But anyway, day one. After day one, we have Ryosuke Taguchi at 8 points, as has Matt Sydal, but Matt Sydal lost to Taguchi, so he is 1 place behind. Third place is Kyle O'Reilly with 6 points. Fourth place, Kushida with 6. 2, and then we have Bushi with 4 points, Rocky Romero with 4 points, David Finlay with 2, and Gedo with 2. Yeah, well, pretty close. Pretty close thing here with Block A. Taguchi, Sydal, O'Reilly, even Kushida, they still could all make it. We'll see where this heads. So, now to day 10. On to day 10, sorry. First match, Volador Jr. versus Chase Owens, and I don't know why they really need so much time in the beginning on the outside. I really don't care for such shenanigans. After that, the match picks up a little bit more pace, and it's not as good as I would have expected from Volador Jr. and Chase Owens. So, pretty okay, but, well. The next match, Jushin Thunder Liger versus Tiger Mask. They both come in. It's a little bit of, the typical stuff you do in the beginning, and suddenly roll up 1, 2, 3, Jushin Thunder Liger 1. Yeah, you can do that, but if it's the best idea, I don't know. Maybe they needed the time, or one of the two guys wasn't, completely fit to wrestle, and obviously they still have some matches, so maybe that's why they wanted to slow the pace down for one of these two guys. I don't know. It's just an assumption. So anyway, the next match, Will Ospreay versus Bobby Fish, and this, I really like this one. It's Fish, of course, is no nonsense. Will Ospreay, of course, wants to show off his athleticism, and Bobby Fish just says, nope, bam, strikes him or down, knocks him loopy. I don't care how you want to put it. Again, it's the shooter versus high flyer match, and it's always entertaining to watch because high flyer, especially like Ospreay or Ricochet, they really are athletic and spectacular to watch, even if they don't jump off 50 feet. 50 feet is a little bit much. 20 feet, 30 feet high obstacles or ladders or Titantrons onto other guys. They really are spectacular without even going to the top rope. So, and Bobby Fish, no nonsense striker. I like that. I like that style. That's why probably why I love the Tomohiro Ishii versus Katsuyori Shibata matches so much, because that's no nonsense. Let's hit each other as hard as we can. And shooter versus high flyer. Of course, with high flying, if you don't engage in the shooting stuff or the striking game a little bit and do it pretty clever, you of course are gonna lose. So we have Ospreay. Fucking bottles. We have Ospreay using a lot of strikes and kicks here too. We have some nice counter maneuvers. Of course, Fish as stiff as he can get with Ospreay. Obviously, Ospreay can take it. And yeah, well, it's very, very cool to watch that Ospreay doesn't only go against or can hold his own against Fish with his high-flying stuff, the territory he's very familiar with, but also some, the striking game. He doesn't beat him at the striking game, but he can hold his own, and that's great to see, because it speaks for Ospreay being a little bit more versatile than some might think, or some might expect from a spot monkey, which in my opinion Ospreay isn't necessarily. So anyway, the match itself, well, you don't have that many near falls, but it's a cool fight. It's very entertaining to watch, and you don't always need 20 near falls or finish overkill. You don't have that here. It's just an all-out battle. I liked it. As much as I like this match, Ricochet versus Beretta, of course, again, is a great match, or a cool match. Ricochet is the MVP of Block B, no doubt about it. And yeah, Ricochet and Beretta know themselves pretty well. Yeah, I don't need to repeat the stuff I said about Matt Sydal and Rocky Romero. It's similar for Ricochet and Beretta. Similar, not the same, but similar. And well, yeah, it's the other half of the tag team of the Matt Sydal and Ricochet versus Roppongi Vice battle we had on these 2 days. So the match itself, well, it's a wild bout. It's a lot of back and forth action, some nice counters, and yeah, well, Beretta is no slouch himself. He can go, even if some people don't give him enough credit for what he does in the ring. Since there are some nice spots, and yeah, Ricochet, who wins this match, by the way, is in my opinion the MVP of Block B. But anyway, after this, again, very cool match. The standings, the results of Block B. Sorry, my nose is a little bit runny. We have in the first place Ricochet with 8 points, then followed by Volador Jr. with 6, followed by Jushin Thunder Liger with 6, followed by all the other guys with 4. And yeah, everything can happen here in New Japan Pro Wrestling, because in Block B, Block A not so much, in Block B I think most of the guys still could pull off the win, depending on how they fare on day 12 and 13. That's really suspenseful what's going to happen here. We really cannot say who's going to be in the final. But, well, that's another thing for the next video. And, well, that was day 9 and 10. Day 11 and 12 will follow very shortly, because I gotta pick up pace in order to present you the review for the finals, not somewhere in late June, but pretty close to the event. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you'll tune in to the other New Japan Best of the Super Junior stuff, and of course my other videos on this channel. So long, yours Aquifel.